As you see this lackey turning around to throw a dagger in the direction of Hori because Hori is overwhelming the other guy, you stab deep into the back of this lackey as you hear his lungs puncture and his voice wheeze. You're going to see the other lackey take a step back in fear and leave themselves open as you cleanly remove your knife and take it to the throat of the second one. They're both dead.
And then as that happens, I'll turn to the guy and I'll say, "Watch, separate of serpents, as your flock dies one by one for leading them astray from the path."
He will not look at any of the fallen, and he will look deep in your eyes and say, "Evelyn's light will shine in the heartlands." Welcome to System Exploration by Unfortunate Ones. I'm Sav.
I'm Nix.
I'm Greythorn.
And today we are continuing our story with Hori and Kor, the vigils of the Church of Naevor, as they have been exploring at first strangers and then heresy and heretic symbols of a religion, potentially not of their own, as they have come to find, as strange names that they are unfamiliar with have been expressed. In our last session, we investigated our last lead, which was a dwarven ferryman, finding out that the dwarven ferryman had been ferrying some of these people up and down the waters under threat of vigil justice, kind of squealing. As we went to leave the ferryman was kind of scoping you guys out and waiting for you to leave, and then left. As you followed the ferryman, he went to the open marketplace in the Lamplight District and whispered something into one of the vendors' ears. As he was going back, he was cornered by Kor, and the absolute living shit was scared out of him, turning him back to the Order of Naevor and otherwise becoming an informant for Kor for the future. As he was not a heretic himself, he was a sympathizer, someone being turned to this heresy and conspiracy. While that was happening, trying to read the situation, Hori noticed some interesting patterns amongst that vendor. Multiple people approached that vendor. One of them, Hori thought was worth following, and eventually realized that it was one of the other people that approached that seemed to be more of a target. As Hori went to go explore that, knowing that that vendor was a sympathizer, Kor went and confronted that sympathizer, which began conflict of two different kinds. Direct conflict and a very short chase, and then a brutalizing from the local guard, and then an interrogation of the sympathizer, and then the runner, who later the tin pop sigil was found on from the exploded head as this fawn character fell between buildings in a grand escape chase scene with Hori. And the message that likely the dwarven ferryman had otherwise sent to this person, likely to go and warn the people of the wedded cup, was... Well, you didn't know it was necessarily the wedded cup at that point, but likely to go and warn someone of your presence, your investigation, and all of those things. But now her brains are splattered all over the alleyway, and it doesn't matter. You then went to go to one of your informants who had confronted you in the streets and said they knew what you were chasing. And you got there. It turned out to be a man named Merritt of the Tallow, a group that operates within the city, otherwise against the church's will, moving people around who the church regards as transgressors, moving supplies and things into the city for distribution. Criminals under the local law for sure, but Merritt also explained Merritt believes in the same gods and pantheons that you do, and while you might not agree, you both uphold Naevor's order. You just also uphold the church's order. Perhaps one day the Tallow and the church will see eye to eye. For now, he asks for an exchange, which is as the conversation went on, there was a ledger that contains the names and the collaboration with the Tallow and these heretics, held by a man named Davin, apparently titled the Keeper, at the Wedded Cup. In exchange for that information, what he asked of you was that his name or the Tallow's names be ripped out of that ledger before you do whatever you're going to do with it. Because, again, they themselves are not heretics, and their collaboration with these people was under false pretenses until they realized that they were heretics. And they have otherwise broken away from them, and they are the ones that kind of led, what was his name? Jorg, the other vigil, on the quest to find these heretics. So they also don't want these people in town, but their names are implicated within that ledger. So he's given you this information in exchange for you guys promising, to which he said Naevor would keep your word, to otherwise remove the names from the ledger. All signs point to the Wedded Cup. And you guys have exhausted every other hook, and there's only one last thing to resolve as we move into this potentially last session. As it is raining around you guys, your fur hoary, now wet, water running down the very large giant that is Core, your clothes getting damp through. People are moving off of the streets, which is a little bit early for the Lamplight District, but it is raining. As you guys move through the Lamplight District into the lower blocks. It is nighttime. The tallow, the rendered fat, burns in the air beneath these paper domes of multiple colors as your shadows flicker in various colors along the walls of the city as you walk through the streets on your way to a place called the Wedded Cup. As you walk through the streets, more and more people are getting off of them as it is raining. As we begin in a scene which is you two walking down what would normally be a busy street. But at this moment, there is only two vigils walking on this street as candle lights from within the building make the windows of the buildings glow, and the lamp lights in the district make the streets glow with varying colors as you walk down this road in the direction that you have been guided by a local guard to the Wedded Cup.
Did we get a description of what Davin looks like from
yes, and it matched another description. So he is a human with blonde hair, medium length blonde hair, and a scar similar to Merritt's scar on his right eye that Core had put on Merritt's face.
I remember now.
Back in the day.
I will turn my face upward to Core. plan? If we see Davin, is this more of a... If we see that he has the book on him, is this a smash and grab kind of thing? Do we try to take him out? Or do we try to just take the book?
I believe this is the problem that we must solve immediately.
So handling him.
Correct.
Just him, or do we try to take out every heretic that stays here?
He should be enough for now. If we get a hold of that ledger of his, there may be more that we can do.
I think there's a way that I can have a conversation with him.
How so?
I think if I present myself to the bartender, ask for a drink, and I pay with one of these coins, the ones from the outside, and I tell the bartender that Loon Vale has asked me to come talk to the keeper, I maybe have a chance that we can get an audience with him.
Even as you say that word out loud, it feels bad on your tongue.
Sure.
Just saying that name feels almost deep within you sacrilegious.
Yeah, to an extent, this is for the ultimate cause. For Naevor, I must do what I've done before and be a worse person than I should be.
It had crossed my mind once that we should use the information that we have gathered previously to get ourselves closer to our targets.
I think perhaps posing as a bit of merchants, if they don't already know who we are, but posing as merchants willing to bring something into the city, something large, and a regular supply. I don't know what exactly, but in our dealings with the tallow in the past, do we have an idea of like the kind of merchandise that they move? Like the kinds of things that they deal with?
Yes. Life in Naevor is hard for a lot of people, and there's merit to hard work and earning your keep, but for a lot of commoners, especially in poorer districts, it's very difficult to do. And the tallow exists primarily in poorer districts. They bring in supplies like food and clothing and medicine and herbs and things like that, and move them throughout the city beneath taxes, above taxes. So they don't pay the imports that they should pay for bringing these supplies in. They distribute it to people that otherwise should be earning them. They're kind of a Robin Hood type group, if you will, but they are that in face of breaking laws.
You said you talked about before where the frontier is like an idyllic area where like there's a lot of different kinds of it's a fertile land.
I would say yes. I would say probably the heartlands are more fertile in general. But there are different crops and whatnot. But yes, it is a frontier. People homestead out there. They farm out there.
Is there a crop that I would be aware of that grows very well in the frontier and not very well in the heartlands?
Yeah, I assume so. I don't know. What grows in California that wouldn't grow in like really jungly, I don't know, parts of like Mexico or something?
I don't know. There's a lot of water that gets used to grow everything.
Yeah, I was going to say corn, but corn is like
oranges, almonds,
all of the water. Oh, oranges.
Could be oranges, almonds, but
I think almonds use a ton of water as well.
Yeah, they all do.
I mean, oranges do as well, but I know there were like Southern California used to be like all orange groves.
Yeah.
So we'll say oranges.
Okay. So oranges grow really well in the frontier versus I don't know if that makes sense to move, to use.
You ask.
I know. I was just trying to think of like what would be something that I can operate, that I can move. I'll continue to help, get my help from my other player. I'm not exactly sure what would be enticing enough for the what are these people called again? These heretics? For these heretics to garner us to potentially be a resource for them.
If they were working with the tallow, I assume that they were in need of supplies that they did not wish to spend coin upon, especially since their coin are very much unlike ours.
The ferryman talked about bringing people, correct?
Indeed.
Maybe we have people of this, these demon worshippers that we want to bring into the city and safe harbor them.
That is a possible avenue, though I'm not sure how well connected they are to their own.
True. Maybe talking too much of a group that exists in the frontier that is interested in the words of these gods, these what would you call a heretical god? Is there another term for that, or would it just be that?
False gods.
False gods.
False gods. Yeah, false divinity is what's been talked about so far.
That's what I've been calling them. False gods.
Yeah, I'm not sure how well he would be connected with somebody who is a worshiper of these false gods.
I think the supply avenue might be greater.
Supplying what? If the question gets asked.
Simply stick with what the tallow might have done for them. Clothes, food, supplies, medicines, weaponry.
Good. We represent a group of people that have such things and would like to bring them in.
Yes.
Outside of the demands of the taxations and whatever it is of the...
Things that can be acquired outside the eyes of the church.
Yes. Okay. Well, hopefully that works. And hopefully we get to see him pull out that little ledger of his before my whole story falls apart.
Well, my plan was to simply walk in and declare the place a den of heresy, and anyone who did not want to be struck down by the church would join in arms. But I think your plan might be better for the time being.
Maybe. I could shoot more fiery daggers everywhere, and that might get us... Naevor wills it, so... If my plan doesn't work, we could go with that. We'll call that option B.
Then we shall.
Okay.
It's good to have options.
Well. Ooh.
However, I must ask.
Yes.
Your conversation with the man. What are your intentions? Are you to simply get your eyes upon the ledger and confirm that he is who he is?
Yes. I believe as soon as that is a good clarification. I think as soon as I see the ledger, and as soon as we both see the ledger, because I do plan on having you with me at the table, if it is allowed, as soon as we see the ledger and we acknowledge that it looks like it is where he's writing information, it would be pretty much right there. Kind of get the ball rolling.
And should this place be full of heretics themselves, and we find ourselves vastly outnumbered?
Well, I guess Naevor will will our survival and kill as many of them as we can.
Understood.
We maybe try to make it out?
Of course.
Is the killing of the heretics a higher priority, or is it making it out with the ledger?
Acquiring the ledger and seeing the keeper dead should be the two highest priorities.
As soon as he's dead, we try to get out alive.
Indeed.
Okay. Well, hopefully there's still guards out. And if we make it out of this building, we can at least call to them if we're being chased.
You have seen not no guards, but very little.
Yeah,
it's pouring rain.
Yeah. You know, I know. I'm aware.
A relatively well organized and safe city.
Where's the closest chapel?
Mm-hmm.
Try to make it there.
That would be for the best.
The closest chapel, there's not a chapel that exists within the Lamplight District. There's kind of like the outer districts of town. It's more towards the central districts of town. Not directly surrounding because it's a big city, but the main cathedral, like spread out from that around like the perimeter of that would be all of the chapels.
Sure.
So you'd have to get pretty deep within town.
Is there a guard station closer than a chapel?
Yeah, 100%. There's guard stations in every district. There's not chapels in every district.
Then maybe a guard station?
Core nods.
You are familiar with the Lamplight District? Which one would be closest from this building? And then...
As I look to the DM.
For the Lamplight District, you guys have been to the guardhouse multiple times.
Oh, it's the one with Valdoon.
Yeah.
That one. So at least we have a direction when things get hairy. All right. As soon as we see the notebook, if the conversation takes place, if no conversation gets to take place, then we just go, die heretics, and have a whole party.
Die heretics, have a whole party. Okay.
You could always set the building on fire.
Well, that is always an option.
Again, to remind you, predominantly stone architecture in this city.
Well, this is the low block, isn't it?
It is. There's definitely more wooden architecture, but like there's still a lot of stone.
Well, you could set this things on fire on the inside.
That you can do. You know? Beams, pillars, and bars. You're going to a bar?
I can throw fire at hopefully a wall of alcohol. That'd be the first move if no conversation. Or die heretics, and I go boom to the alcohol.
That'd be pretty good.
Sound good?
Yes.
All right. Let's do this.
I imagine you guys are trying to talk quietly, but having to raise your voices a little bit above the rain as you step down these predominantly empty streets, not completely stricken of people, walking by buildings, hearing the people within chatting and whatnot. Businesses are still open here. It's just people are kind of keeping off the streets. You might see something that might have an awning or something, and there might be people collected beneath it. A man sitting on a porch outside of his shoemaking shop, smoking a pipe. But for the most part, relatively empty. As you get into deeper into the low blocks, which
in terms of relevancy to the DM and my headcanon, this is probably not relevant, but it is just contextually. I no longer have a pop on me.
Okay.
Yeah. I left it up in that little place I tucked it away.
Oh yeah, a million years ago.
Yeah, and then I never picked it back up.
Yep.
Did you not get the one off the phone?
I burned that one. But I put a pop up on the pop that I had. I just don't know if they'll see that on me. Be like, why do you have that?
Hey,
you.
Wait a minute. Who are you? As you guys walk down the streets, your feet splashing in the water that pools up beneath or between the stones in like the grout of the stones. As you walk the city streets deeper into the low blocks, the streets do get thinner. Things get a little bit more residential or otherwise smaller businesses. It's no longer like a 20-foot street as it thins down to like 10 feet. Still enough space to operate and whatnot, but you imagine there would be less crowds. There are not really porches here. They're sheer business faces or homes. Some of them 2-story, some of them 1-story. Before you come upon a building. The Wedded Cup. You see the sign. You see the symbolism of the pouring cup and the sign saying the Wedded Cup. You can see the glow coming from the windows. They are half-drawn curtains, so you can still see inside a little bit. There are people drinking. There are people sitting at the bar. There's laughter coming from within as you guys make that final approach. And as you take a moment to stop outside and analyze, the rain stops. As you sit outside or stand outside the Wedded Cup, not knowing who or what is in there, but it is where all of your hooks have led. As you look to each other. And then I imagine Hori takes lead to step up towards the door. As you open it up and you enter in to this establishment, the moment you open up the door, it gets a little bit louder, but it's not like, it's not incredibly like bustling. It's not like people are roaring. There's no music being played. There are two individuals sitting at the bar, backs turned to you, as the bar is on kind of the far side of the room. There is a person otherwise behind the bar, the bartender. There is a table with 4 people sitting at it as they... What?
Put this behind your paper real quick so I don't see the number of enemies that are on that paper.
It's a good call.
Okay, so that table with the 4 people.
There's a table with 4 people at it. They are sitting and laughing and drinking. And you get an impression of this place pretty immediately. It is both a house of beer and a house of tea. Mm-hmm. You can smell like the hops, the alcohol, but you can also smell the earthy herbs in the room. It is quite an interesting mix of aromas. It is quite pleasant. There is a fire lit.
There's nothing pleasant about this place.
Okay. There is a fire lit in the side of the room, keeping the inside of this place warm. There are sconces with candles around the perimeter of this place. The layout is multiple tables in the center and a couple of tables around the perimeter. And there is one table with one individual who is sitting at it. And we don't need to beat around the bush. They match your description. They have medium length blonde hair, male, human. They look young but withered, like they've had a hard life, and they have a scar, but well healed, across their right eye, similar to Merritt's scar. And the moment you step into this room, you sense false divinity all around you.
Yeah, a lot of pops.
There's a lot of false divinity in this room. It is particularly potent with that individual sitting by himself. Mm-hmm. It is powerful over in that corner that individual sits.
I know you're not asking me for this, but I would probably do it myself. Walking into this room, feeling all of that magical, arcane, divine energy, I probably feel a little stressed out.
I was going to spend a fear and have you both eat a stress. Thank you.
I mean, does he sense that too?
I mean, I'm gonna say walking into this room and immediately seeing that person, I'll give you a little bit more to make yours make sense. But yes, I was gonna do that for sure off the back of that description. Is as you walk into this room core, you know that Jorg had a contact in this place. And there's only one person positioning themselves as a contact, and they match your description as the keeper. As Davin. It's the only person that looks like they would be meeting someone for a contact type deal, as they sit alone in a table in the corner. Jorg hasn't been seen in a while. You don't know if this is truly a den of heretics, but you definitely have that discomfort in the back of your mind that it sure could be. As you step in, I would like you to mark a stress as well.
Figuring out there is a pattern to this, or thinking that there is a pattern to this kind of behavior, I will continue with the plan I originally had set out, and I will approach the bar with Core.
Okay.
In doing so, is there any way to distinguish a recognizing eye against me?
What?
Or Core? Like, is there a way to distinguish if somebody looks at us, but looks at us and maybe their eyes widen or their eyebrow tilts a little bit to be like there is recognition in terms of our description?
No, I'll say the man sitting alone. Maybe the people at that table of 4, the ones that are facing you, recognize that someone has entered into the building.
Yeah.
But no.
Nothing hits as... Okay. So going towards the bar.
Sure. Welcome in, welcome in.
Yes. Would you also like a drink?
I'm fine.
I would like to have a beer. Do you have something on the house, something special?
Not much special in these districts, but sure.
Something you're known for.
Afraid it's all swill down here, friend.
I'll take the swill.
Few coppers, fine.
And I'll reach into the opposite bag and I'll put out the northern stamped copper coins.
Sure. He'll pause and look at them. Coming right up, friend. As he will move away and grab a couple. Or sorry, did you want a drink or no? No. He will grab you an ale. He's gonna intentionally move that ale onto the far end of a bar, away from the people that are sitting at the bar.
I will follow.
Sure. As you can take a seat at a stool.
Yeah. And
if you would like to.
Is he still, he stands around for
He looks like he's intentionally lingering, but trying not to make it obvious.
Yeah. By the way, sir, on the road here, I met a lovely woman, a traveler. She told me that there's a place here that I could potentially keep secrets, a keeper of sorts. She, what was her name? Loon something. Loon Vale. A lovely woman. Is there somebody I could meet that, perchance I can have a conversation with?
Strange thing for someone to say about a place like this.
She seemed very nice.
People come and go, with or without secrets, looking for drinks or, as he points over to Core, food?
What do you have to offer?
Mutton? Soup?
Mutton would be fine.
He'll nod.
I'll take the soup, though.
He'll nod. What kind of secrets would you be coming with?
Oh. Simple things to help people get out of the cold, feed themselves, keep their bellies full.
You come from the city?
No. From the frontier.
And what light did you follow to get here? Not many coming from the frontier.
What light?
What light did you follow to get here?
Fuck. just going to have to just spitball what I think Loon Vale means. I'm just going to say the moons?
He'll give you a strange look, but he'll nod. As he moves to the back kitchen. As he will begin making your food. What are you guys doing? As you sit at the bar, one of you has an ale.
I will drink from it.
Sure. Oh man, you know what missed opportunity you have is that I described that this place is also a tea house and you get experience to add with the tea.
I did not want to sully
your tea experiences?
My tea experiences with heretical tea. Because if God forbid, if Naevor forbid, I have a tea that I enjoy, that's no. It's like, oh God, that is a good tea. No, it isn't. This is heretical tea.
Is there anything you guys would be doing sitting at this bar?
Just waiting. I mean, as long as maybe like curiously looking around, almost like, just kind of waiting at a bar. Just like, as not trying to make it obvious as much as just like, almost like the, tapping your knees and, twiddling your thumbs a little bit of just making sure that nobody has kind of a fixed gaze on us that isn't like we're just strangers at the bar versus like, oh, I know who you are.
Sure.
Like, stop
I would say the only thing you would potentially notice would be the man sitting by himself. Occasionally looks up at the bartender, but he's not doing this while the bartender's in the back.
Okay.
Getting food. Are you guys trying to do anything or are you just waiting?
Just waiting.
Okay.
Slowly kind of like with my teeth, just kind of scrubbing like the top layer of my tongue, just trying to scrub off the heresy and the words that I have spoken.
Yeah. As you wait, eventually, the same bartender would come out from the back room. Based on the time, you get the impression he cooked this. As he will come in and give mutton to Core and soup to you.
Mm-hmm.
It is like a hearty vegetable soup.
Sure. Though
thin broth, more akin to a soup than a stew.
Okay.
No protein in it. You said you come from the frontiers, yeah?
Yes.
Both of you? He'll look over to Core.
Indeed.
Long way away?
It has been a long travel.
Lots of troubles in there. You said you met someone by the name of... What was that again?
It was Loon something. Loon Vale, I believe, is what she gave me.
Strange name. Not heard a name like that before, have you?
Only one. As I start to kind of...
He'll accidentally give a little bit of a confirming nod as you say that, just like I did as the DM. There is only one.
As I say that, not even looking at him, but just kind of enjoying my soup.
Are you coming with purpose then to the city? Or would you describe yourselves as wanderers?
Wanderers, traders of the sort.
He'll nod. He's going to look over at the gentleman sitting by himself and kind of do a little head nodding and whatnot. Look back to you guys and nod you over in that direction.
I will nod to him and I will probably put another copper coin Or maybe a silver coin with the marking on it on the table as I leave.
Okay. Sure. Understood.
And we make our way over.
Okay. As you make your way over, this gentleman with the medium-length blonde hair, scar over his eyes, otherwise wearing a cloak, though hood down, sitting by himself. He has a drink. It is tea. You can smell it. Herbs as you walk up. And that very strong false divinity that you felt amongst the normal false divinity seems to grow in power the closer you get to him.
Mm-hmm.
As you approach, he gives you a nod and kind of gestures at the seats across from him.
Okay.
Who are you?
Travelers.
You can speak plainly.
Oh.
I assume you come with purpose.
Yes, indeed. Me and my friend here are representing a larger group. And we would like to move goods that we have into the city outside of the scope of the church.
The church is very strict, as is local law about these things.
They are, and sometimes their prices and their taxes take goods outside of the affordability of some of the poor residents.
And that's something that you take umbrage with?
I do. Although I am a merchant, I like to provide more than I like to profit.
You are aware, then, who I am and represent?
I have been told that you are a man to have this conversation with. Outside of that, the details I know are of this place and of a person to talk to.
But you know not directly who we are?
Not exactly.
It is fine. There are many like me, and there are many like you that take umbrage with the church and its rule. Its rule coming down to the voice of Naevor as direct speech, and that rule put onto the people. Sometimes, oftentimes, leaves the people misguided, or helpless, or poor, hungry. You say that you take umbrage with such things. Yes?
Yes.
Are you not a follower of Naevor then? Or the gods, as you know them?
I have been shown of the light otherwise. And it feels brighter.
Unless you have a reason to. I'm going to mark the fear no matter what.
Sure.
Unless you have a reason to that you can think of within your character sheet, within your creeds and whatnot. I'm going to want to stress for that.
Sure, yeah.
Saying that you have turned your back on the gods, in not direct words, but...
Sure. I'm very aware of the role I'm trying to play here.
Oh, yeah.
But also, yeah, you know, it's a muddy hill I'm walking in.
Mm-hmm.
I could feel Kor's fist tightening next to me.
Who's the dagger for?
Good. Many are misled in this world. But there are brighter ways. And yes, your types of services would be helpful. Not just in our quest for people with my beliefs, but even for the people with opposing beliefs, like most of the people within this city. But I speak to 2 people, not 1. I would know your feelings on the matter.
He's asking me the feelings about
Everything that's been said. He's asking it in a very general way.
By the way, this notebook is not obviously on his person.
No, I would have said.
Yeah.
I too seek a better path. And as my friend here has described it, we are attempting to walk upon it now.
Are you intentionally wording in that way to not commit sacrilege?
No.
Or are you saying it to be the most believable?
This is just Kor's form of subterfuge.
Is it an implication of sacrilege?
I guess.
If you don't have a reason to, I would like you to mark a stress.
Use your fear for it, buddy.
I did.
Okay.
Spent the fear.
I mean, technically, I've done sacrilege before, pretending to be Tallow, have I not?
Tallow is not sacrilege. Tallow is...
Well, criminality is sacrilege.
Maybe as you understand it. You definitely worked against the church if you did that.
Sure, but in the process of doing things for the greater good.
Yeah. But against the church. Not necessarily against Naevor. Praising other gods or pretending that you are switching to other gods is more my question.
All right.
Okay. I'm fine with the back and forth. I wanted to know if... Because also you could have been like, I'm wording it in this way. The better path is to kill heretics. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, that's how I took it. The statement was
I like the way
saying
you
without
worded
saying
it. And I was like, I'm not sure about that. And I wanted a little bit of an expansion on the wording. But if the most ultimate goal is like believability.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Might I ask then? You say you are not aware of who me and mine are, but that you intend to walk a better path? What gods do you pray to, if any?
As of now, well, as of maybe a month or 2 ago, was the common ones. At least what is commonly described as them. I don't know of you or your people exactly. No worries.
Blind dice. Go ahead.
I don't know the full extent of you and your people in terms of who you are. I have been described of some things and why you would help going outside of the rigid demands that the church acquires upon merchants, and in that conversation been described things that have shown a light to other ideals that I hold on to. My main driving force is, of course, selling goods. The other conversations have so far been interesting. Something that I don't necessarily shy away from.
Give me a presence check.
Sure. 16. Oh, presence. 15 with hope.
Okay. A nod. All you need to know about who you speak to now is that... Yes?
I don't think it matters, but I thought presence was the instinct one. Could I have used my charming experience on that roll?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I just saw that charm is under presence.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
I could have.
You just spend a hope to...
Yeah, so it would have been
17.
So 17 total.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All you need to know about us, for us to work together, is that our intentions, as you have stated them, are to show a better path, to illuminate a better life, not for oneself, but for all, for community. There are other things in this world that not many people are even aware of, and those that are do not understand, and others may damn. But ultimately, we are here to help, and it sounds like you are as well. So, what goods do you bring from the frontier?
Sorry, don't mean to be impolite, but before we move forward in that, just as so we know each other a little bit better. I am Jiren. This is Naevor. Your name?
The Keeper.
The Keeper. I will extend up a hand to him.
Sure.
I will shake his hand.
Okay. He will reach out to shake your hand.
We make things like clothes, weapons. We have some food stores that our farmers do grow. That you sometimes can be a little harder to travel on such long journeys, but some hardier foods can make it. But clothes, weapons, smaller, more common items. It's not a very large village we come from, but we are very productive. We have been graced with a certain amount of resources that allow us to export more than we make.
And you would bring those to the city?
I would like to.
I have a question because I think I'm mixing you guys up. You keep your sigil in like a pocket, and you keep yours on like a chain, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I will say, especially as you're observing less than talking core, he does continue to keep looking in the direction of that around the neck area for you. You don't have to necessarily do anything about that, but he does keep looking at it. And do you come with goods? Or do you intend to bring them in the future?
In the future, I don't have... Because I didn't have a guaranteed delivery or a delivery recipient. I didn't think it would be wise to carry things, especially things that could spoil, on this trip. This is to make the connection and to get the guarantee.
We would take such things and pay for them as we can.
Is there a limit to what you can receive? Or can you deal with what I can bring?
It depends on the amount you can bring, but it would need to be smuggled into the city, and that is not an easy task, so smaller amounts more frequently is easier.
Smaller, and as he says that, I'll probably, in my own little notebook, pull out, and I'll start flipping into writing down smaller, frequent deliveries.
Sure. But I understand that the roads between the frontier and Naevor in the heart of the Heartlands are a dangerous one. When traveling, my group likes to stay together in larger numbers. I assume you and your friend here would do the same.
Yes, there are also many more larger bodies, like my friend here.
Indeed.
Less larger numbers when you have larger bodies.
Better to travel in the day than in the night. And if you have access to charms, as my people do, as he will pull a little bit of chain above his collar. Not actually pulling anything out, just pull a little bit of chain. Sometimes charms can keep you safe on the road. I assume you don't have one, though your friend seems to.
We have been... some of this potentially might go outside of some of the... At least the conversation I had with the woman. Some of this might not be the most kindly received to the elders of our village. We get graced for protection, items by them for us. Some of this is my own decision making to make this connection and through this route. And I have been... The conversations we've shared make me want to have these conversations with other people of my village, other people that I'm close with. But there are traditions that I hold and traditions that we hold.
And the traditions of the people of the frontier?
The gods that we worship. Some of the names... Wait, am I aware that the names are different outside of the city? Of like Naevor?
Are you? Suppose you can make me a history check.
I can try. Oh, that is a D20.
They are not of other gods. They are just no longer of the common gods.
Yeah.
As you've referred to them as the common gods.
I said the common gods here in this city. Yeah. This is knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
15 with hope.
Sure. You'd be aware that almost all of the other cities have essentially turned their back. It's the reason for the Crusades that go on.
Yeah. It's they call them by the old gods, correct? Is like you
wouldn't know that. You would know that they have turned their backs on the common gods. On the gods. Actually, they wouldn't even use the word common. Your people, these are the gods. There are no others. Is your understanding of your pantheon is. This is the pantheon.
Sure.
And then the other regions of the maps has otherwise turned its back on the gods.
But like these representations, they would have their own worship now. I mean, if the gods are active in the world, I would assume that there is some level of worship.
I don't think you would know of that. Of what gods the other places worship.
Oh.
I'm going to say you wouldn't know that.
Then maybe I would have. My assumption is that there were. Sorry, what I was running.
I can explain it more later, but you would not know that.
Yeah, my assumption of what I was running on was the village I come from and the charms we use are based off of like the old ways, because that was my interpretation of what we had talked about in terms of like the world setting.
These gods, the pantheon?
Or like before this pantheon. I don't know, maybe I misunderstood, or I had a different version of the fiction of the world.
So the fiction of the world is there were the gods, and each city in every region is named of one of the gods from your pantheon. As far as information that you would have, the other regions of the map have turned their back on those gods, but you are only aware of these gods. You are not aware of any old gods, new gods. There are only the gods that you know. Anything else is heresy, and you don't know any of it by any name.
I don't know it by a name. I just know that there. In my head, there is just a different god that they worship.
Sure, you just don't know of that god.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. So he asked you of the traditions of the frontier.
Yeah.
How would you answer?
I was saying stuff like that we are gifted charms of the village we come from and the elders, and the discussion I had with the woman is outside of the traditions of the village we hold. Because he brought up the fact the story I have of I met a woman on the road.
You haven't given him that story.
Oh. Then yes,
you give it to the bartender.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then probably in part of this conversation would be explaining that I met somebody on the road that gave me this contact, and then it would be that conversation couching that into the village we come from, because he asked about his charm or something like that, the chain that he holds, and be like, oh, it's something given to us by our elders, by the village elders.
But not of gods.
It's something to protect us on the road. As you said, they are dangerous.
But they are charms of the wisdom of your elders, not of religion, I assume then.
Yes, it is the protection they give us.
But I see such protections. You do not have to share if you don't want to.
I will try to use, if I need to roll for this, I will, but I will try to use, my charming in this context. But it is said that the viewing of the charms takes away its power, that it is held close to your chest and to your heart, and it is for you and you alone to witness such a thing, to share such a thing with another individual, with another people, with a stranger's eye, takes away its connection with you. It is
not a very forgiving charm, but if this is the culture of your people. I love your just big old smile over there. Well,
the funny thing is, I was half thinking something similar like that.
Yeah.
It would be uncouth for me to show you such a boon bestowed upon me by a trusted individual. And then the other half of me was like, I pull it out, put it as close to his face as I can.
There are many traditions that we hold that to many people are strange.
Of course. As I imagine that my traditions would be strange to many of the people here, if not even damned.
Yes. Some of it's enlightening more than others, as that woman's conversation was. But yes, sorry.
I think we're in relative accordance. You have things that need to be brought in,
Yes.
and we have means to bring them in, at least in smaller amounts. There is a village just south of the city, leading from the main canals.
As I get my notebook.
There is a contact there that you might find in a bar such as this one. There are not many. If you find him and you wish to bring goods into town, he will help you. You can leave them with him and he will pay you and then bring them into town by our means, and if you are amenable to it, we will distribute them.
And I imagine once I make the drop-off, he would make the payment at a later date?
He can pay you when you drop them off, as long as you're open to taking foreign coin.
Should be fine, as long as it's of the metals of copper, silver, and gold.
Of course. As I said, you can meet him in a bar, such as this.
Oh, same name.
No, like this.
Oh.
Similarly to the way that I sit here in the corner. His name is Jorg. And he is going to hard inspect your reaction as he says that.
Okay.
Mostly your reaction as he says that.
Mm-hmm.
I need some type of presence check if you're going to try and play that off at all.
I have a thing I could say about that, but I'll see how he plays, how the roll. But I have a thing even before the roll if he wants to roll. But I have a response I could do to potentially cover that.
You could try and help.
I can try to help before you roll. As soon as he says Jorg, I'll be like, there was a fellow a couple of weeks back that was asking us questions. Was that his name, Naevor? Was it Jorg?
It does sound familiar.
What was he? Some sort of...
It's already pretty good. You can keep going as much as you want to. I'll allow you to spend a hope. I still need him to roll.
Sure. I'll give you a hope.
What's the hope?
It's a D6,
correct? Remember that thing that you guys were talking about?
Yeah.
One.
Yeah.
Yeah. 15 with hope. As I look for my pencil.
Not an uncommon name, I imagine, in these parts.
But this man in the bar, Jorg?
If it is easier for you, you could always contact me here.
For the village outside to drop off?
Yes.
Ask for your name.
No, I'm saying if you wish to find me in the city here, in this bar.
Yes, sorry, but
if that is easier for you.
Oh, sure. But the name of the man at the bar is Jorg.
Yes.
Or sorry, at the village outside of town.
Jorg.
Okay.
He'll not.
Scribble that down. Is there a description of him?
Yes. They are human. Dark hair, short. They typically are cloaked like myself. They do not wear jewelry, but you can find a chain hanging from their neck, such as mine.
Similar?
Indeed.
Sorry, did you give the name of the bar?
I did not know. I don't know the name of the bar.
Oh, okay.
The person should be obvious.
All right.
There are not many bars.
I was going to ask. It's probably sparse in that region. Write it down.
And how soon can we expect these supplies to come in?
As soon as I can make the trip back to the village, and we can relay the information and gather our men and our carts. Small cart, or is what would be the limitation of goods?
They would be moved onto the boats of the canal.
Right.
And they would have to be concealed with goods that taxes have been paid on.
Could a larger shipment be brought to this bar, and then he will manage the dispersal of it in smaller units? As you said, the roads
The church operates in the village as well as local guard. I would prefer not to have that much goods out in the open.
Okay. Small goods. All right. I can probably put them as some sort of alcohol delivery, maybe. This guy's put some containers or bottles in the same cart. Make it look like it's delivery of alcohol.
If you wish to ride along the canals with your goods to ensure that they are delivered or distributed, you can. I take it that you, my giant friend, are the muscle of the group and would wish it protected.
Indeed.
Is there a particular ferryman that we could use, or is it Jorg will help with the
Jorg will
facilitation?
establish that.
Okay.
There are many ferrymen.
Lovely.
Well, the people of this city and the Heartlands in general are in great need, and it is refreshing to find those of the frontier, as strange as your cultures may be to us, that are willing to help these people. And there is light illuminated to follow onto greater paths where all can prosper. Perhaps one day we will find ourselves walking along the same path. But he'll kind of reach down into his cloak and pull out a tin pop. Perhaps this will begin your journey. This symbol is a representation of my group. As you bear it, you will be considered a friend. And he will slide over a tin pop. It has the symbol.
Mm-hmm. I will grab it, or I'll hold it. I'll look at it. I will put it into the bag that I have the coin in.
Mm-hmm.
And I show that to only you and your associates.
It is likely unknown to the public, but perhaps showing it to others may get you killed. You can
Very well.
show it to Jorg or myself, the bartender of this establishment. Unless you know someone is of my kin, I wouldn't recommend showing it around.
Good to know. I
And
will
in
grab out
time
the
you will
notebook.
learn of its true meaning.
I'll grab the notebook and probably raise an eyebrow to that comment. Go, okay. And I will write down on my notebook again.
As trust is built between us.
I would hope so. May a long-standing relationship be formed here.
Indeed. If there's nothing else,
I think this should be it. I did like the soup. I might. How was the mutton? It was good.
It was fine.
I might get some mutton on the way out.
he'll nod. Oh. It was a pleasure to meet both of you.
Same to you.
Until we meet again.
Till we meet again.
He's going to grab over at his cup and realize it is relatively empty of tea. And he's going to hail the bartender with the symbol. As he raises his hands, crosses it over and then across.
Sure.
Making that same sigil like the one you just saw on the thing. As the bartender will nod. You'll see the bartender nod over to one of the two guys that are sitting at the bar. As he will nod and shift in his seat, seemingly to get a little bit more comfortable. And then tea will be poured. As you guys are free to do whatever you want.
Are we still at the table with him?
At the moment, yeah.
I'll go, as it's being poured, I'll go, do I recognize
it's not being poured at the table, it's being poured at the bar.
Oh, okay.
He signaled for the bartender to pour him a drink.
Okay. I will...
But you could smell it in the air. Yeah, it smells like nice tea.
Yeah. I will... yeah, sure. I guess I start to move to get up.
Mm-hmm.
Is there an available table nearby?
Yeah. This place isn't very busy. There's like the 4 guys at a table on the side. There's the 2 guys at the bar. And then there's this guy right here in the corner.
I'll probably go to like the next nearest table.
Okay.
If I can. Take a seat.
You follow?
Mm-hmm.
Were you ordering any drinks or anything? Or?
Yeah, I was going to order mutton as soon as the bartender had a chance.
Sure. Okay. As you go to sit down, wait for the bartender. As the bartender will move from the bar over to this table with some hot tea. And you will see the keeper pull a ledger out from his bucket.
This is all I was waiting for. Where are we as that happens? Are we sitting down already?
Yeah, I would say you went and sat down. You were waiting for the bartender to be finished. As the bartender comes over with a cup of hot tea, he pulls out his ledger and begins to write in it.
I will look to Core. Where I go? Ready when you are.
You tend to be better at starting things.
I will get in close. And probably as the bartender probably walks away. Does he walk to us first before he walks away?
If you hail him. Are you hailing the bartender?
I will hail the bartender and go, the mutton he had looked rather delicious. Could I get one?
Aye. Only a few coppers more.
Hand over the copper.
Sure. We'll take the copper.
As he walks away, could I recognize the tea? Like the style of tea? What kind it is?
Sure. I don't know how to fantasize tea, so I'm going to say, I don't know, Earl Grey.
Sure. I will probably get up and I will, as I walk over to Davin's, Davin? Right?
Mm-hmm. The keeper.
The keeper? God. What is... I kind of don't necessarily want to burn hope to do magic damage. What is the speed of being able to like unsheath a weapon and attack with it?
Oh. That's a good question. I am not 100% positive the answer. Oh, 1 second. It's not a mechanic that we've played in yet, so I haven't had that drilled into my brain. I imagine nothing, because it's like spotlighting, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like you would. I guess the DM could be a dick and like make me a whatever check. Agility? Finesse?
Okay, I'm gonna try to do it this way.
Well, let me
sorry.
look it up real quick. Oh yes, it's a stress. It's a stress to swap weapons. If you are trying to do this quickly, akin to swapping weapons in combat, I would probably say mark a stress.
I will try to do it this way.
Mm-hmm.
I will get up
Mm-hmm.
and I will walk over to the keeper's table
Kiss him.
and kiss him, just, gently on the forehead,
Mm-hmm.
and tell him, Naevor will guide you. No, and I'll go, sorry, by the way, is that an Earl Grey tea?
I believe so. Yes.
You have fine teas here. Is it, you know the region it's from?
I don't, but finer than the beer, certainly. Kind of give a little bit of a playful smile.
Lovely. By the way, restrooms?
Out back, I imagine.
All right.
Point to the back. Although you could also go out the front.
Yeah, I will start walking towards where the table of other guys are.
Mm-hmm. The table of four?
Yeah.
Okay.
And as I kind of turn my back to Davin, kind of like look like I'm thumbing through my robe,
Mm-hmm.
and kind of while my back is turned to him, take out my staff, and then turn around and power pull into the keeper.
Sure. I'll let you. So you're just turning your back on him.
I'm turning
right?
my back on him as I'm walking out, putting myself between
As you're walking out where? Out the front door?
out the front door. I walk up to the keeper if the geography of the place makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
From the table that we're at, which is the closest to the keeper available table.
And then like,
Walk towards the keeper,
yeah.
then walk towards the group of people.
But so for the sake of it, imagine there's 4 tables, and then on one end there's the keeper, and then you went to that second table. The 4th table is the busy table. And then in the back of the room, there is a bar with 2 people sitting at it.
Is a direction that would lead outside of the bar closer to where these group of people are at a table?
Sure, we'll say that's where the back door is, not the front door.
Then that's where I would be heading.
Okay.
Is kind of in that direction to put myself between Core and these people.
And the four people drinking,
and then
having a good
in
time.
that process of like me going through my robes, and like as my back is turned to the keeper, would be taking out my pole and then.
So you would be
pull it.
facing the table of 4 then, because you're walking in that direction.
Yes.
Okay.
And then turning around to smack the keeper in the face.
Okay, instead of marking a stress, I'll let you give me a finesse roll.
Okay. Uh, 12 with fear.
12 with fear?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Sure. 12 with
Forgot to get my cards.
fear. As you do this, you are going to succeed your 12 with fear to pull it out. I'm going to skip it. I genuinely don't understand what consequences to put on you right now. So we're just skipping it. Well, because like the whole thing was to be quick, right? So the consequence can't be people like attacking you, because the whole point was to be able to do it first. This wasn't the attack roll yet. And then, yeah. That being said, as you go to do it, you will hear shouts from the table.
Sure.
As you go to...
Yeah, power pole.
Yep. Currently, the bartender is not in the room,
Yes.
by the way, because he's making mutton.
Yes, he is.
Go ahead and give me your attack roll.
I will. And then this is fucking laying the swiftest justice upon this man, so I would like to use my D20 for my hope. Did I use that already before I rested?
I mean, we haven't rested in a long time. Yeah, you've used that.
I've used it, yes.
It's a once per day?
Is it once per session?
Read it.
Once per rest. So I think I've already used
Once per rest, so you've already used it, yeah.
it. But I used it again?
On the fawn, I think.
On the fawn, yeah, I used it on the fawn. Oh, thank God I didn't need it. That is a 23, 25 with hope. And I would like to use hope to... let's see... Any number of damage dice on the attack. Okay. I would like to use a hope on the boosting the damage of this by +3.
Okay.
And I assume that hits 25 with hope.
Yeah.
So 3, 6, 9 total damage.
9 total?
Yeah, 9 total.
Okay. Understood.
9 total with fire.
9 total with fire. Go ahead, Mr.
I was hoping that he would use his magic sense to find all the pops in the room, put himself right next to them, and then blow them all up. That didn't happen. This is fine too.
I'm hoping they all charge me is what my goal is. Why I put myself between them.
Right, but get them all when their pants are down.
Yeah, it probably would have been a better call.
What does Core do in this situation? So, the people in this bar, there's a busy table, there's the 2 sitting at the bar, then there's Davin, correct?
2 at the bar, Davin, 4 at a table, and a bartender in the kitchen.
4 bar, so there's 7 people. I assume they're all heretics.
8 people.
8 people. Well, I'm not counting the bartender, correct?
Counting the bartender, 8
Counting the
people.
bartender, 8 people. 7 people in the room currently.
Currently, yes.
I know that, at least I feel like I know that because one of those guys got relaxed after the whole Stations of the Cross thing to the bartender, and the bartender nods to the dude. I'm assuming everyone here is a heretic. Except for the 2 of us. And then, to put it into perspective, we have me right here, I assume. 4 people. Hori.
I can just draw it for you real quick.
Oh, yeah, that'd be nice.
I'm gonna need a lot of soap for my character's tongue after this is over. Be a lot of chanting, a lot of praying I'm gonna have to do.
Could do 100 what's the Catholic thing?
Hell Naevors.
Yes, my son. Go home, do 75 stations of the Corex and 20 Hail Naevors.
What's another new gods? May Akel guide you. I mean, if we make it out of this, we got the ferrymen are all in, or a bunch of the ferrymen are in this.
Mm-hmm.
There's a man in a bar in a town outside of whatever that is, a contact.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be like following him. Granted, this is going to be loud, so I imagine that what is going to happen tonight is going to spread pretty quickly.
Okay. Super basic bitch bar. Davin, table of 4, 2 guys at the bar, back in the kitchen, and Hori.
And where is Core?
Right here.
All right. I guess I get up, I go straight to the dude, Davin, and I start stabbing his face.
Straight to Davin. Start to stab face.
Indeed.
Okay.
The guy that relaxed was at the table of 4, correct?
He was at the bar.
Oh, he's at the bar.
The guy that relaxed at the bar, yeah. Okay. I am going to spend a fear as you move over to Davin. Before you can move over to Davin, to otherwise activate, you see 2 of the people at the table of 4, or you hear 2 as their chairs get thrown as they stand up and move in. Particularly after you, as you start to go to Davin, the other 2 look like they have their eyes on you, Mr. Hori. As you are going to get 2 attacks from behind as you move towards Davin. Oh. That is a 15 to hit. Hits. Cocked. And another 15 to hit. For 4, sorry. The first hit, 2 physical damage. Second hit, 2 physical damage. Oh, that's stupid. There's something way better I could have done. Way, way better. Well, next time. But otherwise, Spotlight goes back to you.
Okay. I guess at this point I will use my hope to use Rogue's Dodge. So I have +2 evasion until the next time I'm hit.
Okay.
That'll bring me up to 15. Wait, no. Yeah, 15. Though I'm not going to do it now. If I wanted to pick up a table and throw it at people, what would that entail?
Strength?
And then damage-wise?
Hold on. That's a good question.
God, nuking the table was such a better idea. Yeah, sorry, man. I didn't think about it.
It would more than likely be, this seems like a good ruling, though this is not the rules. Damage would be a D4 plus your proficiency. So for you, D4 plus 1.
Why even bother?
I don't know.
Okay. I go
For the narrative.
I go and I start doing the stabby stabs.
Sure.
So I pull out my daggers. And that would be dual wielding would be the D8 +1 plus additional 2 for the dual wield, correct?
Yeah.
Alright. And that is a 15 with hope.
15 with hope. Yeah, that'll hit. Go ahead and do your damage.
be 10.
Okay. Owies. I'm going to spend another fear as the bartender comes out. This time, the bartender comes out doing some physical incantation while locking their eyes dead onto you. And that is all he is going to do for now. Spotlight back on you guys.
How many people... Is there a way I can maximize the number of people I put very close to me? Or is it just like 2?
That you could what?
Like, is there a way that I could put... Like, what's the most amount of people I could put very close to me? Is it just options of 2 different groups of 2?
Do you consider the 2 guys at the bar enemies?
One of them, but I don't know if the other one is.
Okay. I would say the one that you think would be the one that was on the right in my mind, which is closer to the group of 2 still at the table. So you can get those 3. The bartender only came out from behind the bar, so I'll say you could get him as well.
So I can get 4 people?
Yeah, sure.
Very close range?
A couple of feet? Yeah, I would think so. Maybe not the bartender, because this is like a whole bar in the way and whatnot. So I'll say I'll say the 3.
I'll try to position myself to be there, where I can get 3 people in very close range, and I will spend a hope to do my blades.
Okay.
And I will do a spellcast roll for that.
Sure.
Passes a spellcast roll with a 12, but it's a 12 with fear.
A 12 with fear?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Still gonna hit.
It's gonna hit everybody?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I guess I'll roll first to see what my damage is. Oof. I am going to boost that. So that's 4. I'm going to spend another hope to plus 3 damage. So make it 7.
Okay.
So 7 damage to all 3.
2 of them get absolutely riddled with their blades, right?
Yeah.
Like clouded daggers.
Their fiery rain of blades.
The 2 still standing up from the table get absolutely riddled by this as they fall dead. The one guy who is still turning around in his stool to otherwise face you takes a hit, but is still very much up and ready. Spotlight's still on you guys.
Do you have a thing?
I'm thinking. It's just going into combat knowing what I know about this game is kind of strange. It's like if you grapple someone, the DM can just say, "Oh, well, he uses a fear to break free." Correct?
Yeah, that is an option.
Mm-hmm. So it's like, what's to stop me to say, "Hey, well, okay, I grapple him with hope. Is the spotlight still on me? But can you break it with a fear?"
If you succeed with hope,
Yeah.
I technically can, but you're not supposed to be a dick. So, like, I wouldn't.
Mm-hmm.
I technically can, but it, like, the book encourages you not to nope with fear. Or especially, like, the consequences of, like, if you succeed with fear, not to undo your success with the consequences.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it seems antithetical to the system. So, like, if I grapple with fear, technically, I'll still grapple him.
Yeah, you still succeed.
Right. Now, what if I wanted to
fear and there's another some other consequence?
What if I wanted to do the movie villain throw trope where I grab the guy and toss him across the room? How many hope rolls do I have to get that out?
I imagine you could toss him, probably not across the room, but based on a strength to throw him.
Oh, yeah, I just mean both grab him and throw him.
I would consider it two different
rolls?
actions. Yeah.
And then, because it'd be really funny if I pegged one of these guys with their boss, both of them. And are there? I mean, I guess it's still like a narrative thing, but like, if I throw a guy at a guy and it hits, are they gonna fall prone? Is there any like?
If that's what you're trying to do.
Is there any mechanical system for being prone in this game?
Yes. Watch it be the one sheet that I threw over there. No, it's not. I would consider them vulnerable.
Okay.
When a creature has the vulnerable condition, all rolls against them have advantage.
Okay.
So I would say if your goal is to grapple this dude, that's an action.
Mm-hmm.
And then if your goal is to take that dude and throw him at someone else with the intent of not necessarily hurting them, but instead knocking them over, leaving them both prone and vulnerable, that could be the second action.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm into that. That is the first, narrative first action set that I've heard so far.
Then you break the narrative fear.
Yeah, and then I just say, no.
Well, he's just a fear to get back up.
Actually, I like this villain. I don't want you to do that, so I'm going to use my fear.
I don't have any.
I
I don't have any.
You don't have fear?
4.
I have 5.
Oh.
I don't have a lot.
He has 1 less than his maximum allotment. He doesn't have any.
No, my maximum is 12.
I know. I said you have 1 less than your maximum allotment, or half your maximum allotment.
Half, yes.
So, you can do 5 actions right away.
Yeah, but this is the only 5 that I get to do. You guys get to do a million actions in a row.
Sure, until you break it up with fear. Or until somebody rolls fear, like I just did right now. It's an 8 with fear. No, it's an 8 with hope. So I do nothing, but I get a hope back.
Oh,
An
good.
8, well, hold on. It's an 8 with hope?
Yeah.
Okay. So, what the magical incantation was, is it is actually an 8 with fear.
Ah.
You are cursed.
Ah.
I will take my fear, thank you.
Ah.
Now I have half. As you try to grapple with Davin, he kind of does the same thing. Stands up, throws his seat back, enters into the grapple with you, but is able to kind of throw you off. As he kind of pushes you back, you are going to once again get stabbed at by one of these lackeys. For a critical failure, as you feel an arm hit you, but not the blade. You could see the blade kind of protruding from next to you. As the bartender is... spend that fear right away. Going to begin casting a new spell. Against both of you. Interesting. Okay. Oh, that's not great. 12. Does a 12 hit either of you?
No.
That is my evasion.
That is your evasion? Okay. As you are going to feel all of your muscles and your body kind of tense up. As... oh, I need dice. Can I get your D6, please? As it feels like your muscles are tearing within your body, you are going to take 7 magic damage.
7.
Mm-hmm.
I will... I'm going to rune ward that using a hope. Oh, I take no damage.
Okay. Understood. Spotlight is on you guys.
Could I get in close range of these two lackeys that are continuing to try to stab Core? Or very close range, sorry.
You are next to the two guys at the bar, as you see the other ones start to turn around as well. This is indeed a den of heretics. I would need you to first make me an agility check to try to get around them to get to Core.
Oh, is that a thing?
Yeah, you're moving past enemies. Think of it like an opportunity attack. It would be difficult to get away from these two people.
I thought based off the image, they were here at like the north and we were at like, or Core and them were at like the west.
No, you're by the guys at the bar.
Yeah. You are by the guys at the bar.
Yeah, and Davin was all the way to the west, correct?
Yes,
and
which is where Hori is. For you to get away from these two guys over to Hori, think of it like moving out of someone's range.
Yeah, I didn't know that Daggerheart had like a...
It doesn't. I'm saying that to me that sounds like a difficult thing to do.
Okay.
So I am calling for it to be a thing.
Are these two guys in my very close range?
Yes.
Then I will dagger them.
That they certainly are.
I will try to do the daggers.
Okay.
That is a 17, 19 with hope.
19 with hope? Yeah, that'll hit. That's so brutal.
And I'm going to use another hope to get the damage up on that.
Okay.
It's 8 damage total.
8 total. Okay. Damn. Yeah, they both take a pretty big hit.
There wouldn't be a possibility for me to have put myself in between them and the bartender, correct?
No, because there's a bar in the way.
Yeah, sure.
Unless you jumped onto the bar.
Sure, yeah.
Sure.
I'm saying if that was an option, I would have tried to include as many people in this fucking range as I could have.
Sure.
Yeah?
No, I'm saying if you do that, yes. Like
yeah.
if you want
I'm saying,
to
would
jump
it
in.
have been possible to?
No, you would have to do that. That would have been, again, I would say moving through enemy spaces to me sounds like a difficult thing, so I would call for a roll for that.
Yeah.
If you wanted to do that, you could.
Okay.
It would just be kind of your first action would be to get there.
Sure, yeah.
Type deal.
But that's my spotlight.
Yep, spotlight's still on you guys. Do what you want to do.
Forget grappling. I'm gonna stab him.
You stab. Sure.
That is a 19 with fear.
Ow. Yeah. You stab him pretty good. I'm going to say even to the degree of like incapacitating one of his arms. I suppose damage would have made more sense to get that description on, but who cares?
Well, it's only a 4 to damage, so...
Oh, what? 4?
Yeah.
Okay. Still hits the minimum. Okay. I am going to have him with the other arm reach into his lapel of his cloak as he is going to pull something out. It is immediately glowing as he says something in a language that neither of you understand as he lifts it into the air above his head, and light emanates from it, glowing throughout the room as he pulls an artifact out of false divinity. as it shines throughout the room. I am going to need both of you to mark a stress. As you can see, all of these heretics otherwise look like they are getting a second wind, a breath of fresh air, if you will, as this false divine light emanates in the room and they otherwise take it in. And he is going to, as the blinding light dims, no one has made a move, as he is going to shout out, "The demons you serve are fed by your suffering." And the spotlight's back on you guys.
Of these two guys, and even the bar keep, these two guys, do they look, which one looks more hurt?
Of the two guys?
Yeah.
The one on the right. The one that you hit with that initial blast. You've hit him twice, though he does look like he has recovered a significant amount with this false divinity running through them, bolstering them.
Sure. The tavern keeper, does he look like he's, or the bartender, does he look like he's wearing armor?
If he is, maybe something light beneath his wares, but no, they look like they're in relatively normal clothes.
I'll try to hit the magic caster.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to knock him for a loop.
Sure.
Uh, 10 with hope.
10 with hope.
Yeah.
10 with hope does not hit. So you do gain hope from this. As you blast in his direction, he dodges away from your, I imagine, flaming extendo pole.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wait, sorry. 10 with hope. Consequence. As he dodges out of the way of the direction, he is going to lift up his hands again.
Oh, there's a consequence for not passing?
Yeah, for failure.
Other than not hitting?
Mm-hmm. For failure, there's consequence. As he begins to activate a somatic component, swirling his hands before jetting them both out into your direction, as he is going to return the favor, though it is not fire, but it is this false divine light that jets out into your direction. Though you, likewise in this exchange, are able to dodge out of the way of the false divine beam.
Mm-hmm.
Spotlight is on you guys still.
Stab.
You stab.
It's a 18 with hope.
Nice. It's actually going to be an 18 with fear.
Fuck you.
Thank you.
But this game wasn't bad enough. Is that more Big Brother?
18 certainly hits, though.
So my D8. And then that's a bonus of 7.
7? Okay. As you see that idol in his hand, as his hand slowly drops and it seems to lose its glow, as if he is losing hope with a very significant amount of damage done to him. Spotlight's still on you guys.
I would like to... It would be 2 actions. I need 2 turns to be able to, like, get myself between these two guys. And
I would say it'd be agility to get on the bar between them and the bartender.
But with that, if I roll fear, then, yeah, I'm just gonna pop these two guys. I'm just gonna rain of blades again.
Okay. Same two.
Yeah.
Sure. Rain of blades.
Blades. That is 15 with fear.
A 15 with fear will hit.
For 6 damage.
6. Gotcha. Well, the one who was looking like he was bolstered with that second wind of false divinity is now looking worse than he was before that happened. So you did that with hope or fear?
Fear.
Okay. I am going to immediately spend that fear as the one that is less injured is going to turn to you and point a dagger in your direction as he is going to come to accost you. The Hexer is going to turn looking at both of you. And I am going to spend a fear for the Hexer. As the leader kind of shouts out for the two to attack you and to surround you and stop you, Hori, and then kind of looks over in the Hexer's direction of like, get me out of here, I'm being stabbed to death. As he is the leader of this group, and he is going to activate both the Hexer and that one individual. So, first the individual trying to make a stab at you, Hori, is going to be a 19 to hit.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta get my little box of funny number dice. Funny number rocks. Funny, funny rocks. Alright. As you are going to take 6 points of physical damage. As once again, a hex is going to be attempted to be put on both of you. Oh. As your muscles start to seize up, it is weak, and you are able to overcome it. As both of the people still at the table are going to move in towards you, Hori. Making small attacks for a 11 to hit and a 12 to hit.
Or 12 hits.
The 12 hits, 2 points of physical damage.
Okay, I will spend an armor.
Okay. Big move. Nearly everybody went, but one. It is your spotlight.
Stab.
Sure.
It's been working so far.
I was about to say, I have no more hope. I can't rain of blades.
Yeah, that's a 9 with hope. No, that's a 10 with hope. 10.
Okay. It's 10 with fear. You're hexed. Kill the hexer.
He's all the way over there, and the leader's right here.
Get Hori to kill the hexer.
Oh, Hori needs to kill a hexer. What am I going to do about it?
As you go in to stab, you both grapple for the blade as Oh, shit. I'm so sorry. I misremembered the battlefield. The 2 lackeys were actually not on you. They were on him. So you can restore whatever I did to you. I believe it was an armor slot.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that would have been an 11 or a 12 against you.
They both miss.
Both miss. So we're good. But you are going to get another lackey trying to shank you in the back for a 14.
Miss.
But he misses. Okay. Spotlight back on you.
I'd like to power pole the Hex Mage.
Okay. Power pull Hex Mage.
Uh, 11 with fear.
11 does not hit. As you go to power pull this Hex Mage, they go to otherwise cast something back in your direction. And once again, just a missed exchange.
Nice, nice.
As neither of you seem to be able to hit each other. Something about your magics being so competing, your different divinities not meshing well together. Neither of you seems to be able to get the upper hand on each other.
Do you want me to try hitting him again before you go, or would you like to go?
I think you should get him again, but
Okay.
yeah.
I will try to swing at him again. With the momentum of that first swing, try to get him again.
Okay.
That one should hit. It's 21, 23 to hit. With hope.
Yeah. Yeah, you finally actually smack him right in the solar plex as his air is knocked out of him and whatever other narrative you would add on to that with your abilities.
Okay, I'm going to depend on my roll, see if I can get out of what I would assume would be minor damage. It's 3, 6... Do I save it for the Rain of Blades? Yeah, I'm just going to hit him with 6.
Just a 6?
Yeah.
Okay. It's a pretty significant wound. Your magical item, aflame as it punches into his solar plex and scorches around his chest, burning some of his clothing away. You can see a medallion with a star hanging under it.
Do you want me to keep going?
Well, I mean, doesn't matter what I roll. It's going to get me a fear.
I can keep going.
You can keep going.
Okay.
Sure. As you just defend against these 3 individuals that are piled onto you. Before you do keep going, I am going to spend 1 fear.
Sure.
On that situation. Oh, interesting. But also no. Yeah. As the 2 lackeys are going to make attacks in your direction, Core. 1 misses drastically. 1 is a 17.
That
17 hits. For 2 psychic damage. Or physical damage. Sorry, I read PSY instead of PHY. As you continue to be able to duck and dodge as this leader, as the keeper, is otherwise grappling for your weapon as you attempt to stab him to death, and so far are successful in D&D terms. He's bloodied. One of the lackeys is going to attack at you, and you're able to, with your offhand, easily knock that out of the way. These guys are not very skilled, but as you do that, another blade is buried into your back.
Do you want the spotlight to reset your evasion and do something?
I can't gain hope
Oh, you can't gain a hope. You have no hope?
because he keeps turning it into fear.
But you have like no hope reserves?
I got 2 hope.
Oh, okay.
I would have 4.
Okay.
It's true.
I will hit the Hex Mage again. Or attempt to hit the Hex Mage again.
Sure.
It is currently a 10 with fear, but I don't remember if 12 hit him. And before I know, do I spend the hope? 11 didn't hit because that was last time. I'm going to spend the hope to get to 12, hoping that hits. Does 12 hit?
12 does not hit.
Damn.
As they are going to once again attempt to return the favor. So they're going to... just return the favor. Well, they're going to return the favor to both of you. And I will spend a fear on top of that to do that. Does a 6 hit either of you?
No.
As they once again put out both of their hands to hex both of you, you feel your muscles tighten, but again, you're able to overcome it.
Spotlight back on us?
Yeah. Spotlight on you guys.
Okay. I will try to do it again. There you go. That's fucking almost max. 23, 25 with hope.
Oh, no hit.
Okay. Come on, big damage. Big damage. It's little damage. That's little damage. I'm gonna fuck it. I'm just gonna use my hope to get that up higher. It's 7 total.
Okay. This is what, with your extendo pole?
Yeah, extendo pole.
Yeah. As you once again push into him with your extendo pole, this time clacking him dead in the face as he's looking over in Kor's direction with both of his hands extended from trying to hex both of you. As you crack through the jaw into the mouth cavity and then feel it go a little bit further.
Yes.
As you impale the hexer's brain, I am going to spend a fear for the 2 lackeys again to make an attack in your direction. Or an 11 to hit. And a 2 to hit.
Nope.
Nope.
Okay.
Feel free to go, sir.
Now we continue with the stabbing.
Mm-hmm.
This time with hope. Oh, hey.
Did you get hope?
13 with hope.
Nice.
13 hits.
Awesome.
With hope.
Do a little stabbing with a shit roll of a 6.
Okay. This is against the keeper?
Yes, and can I also in that moment use my evasion? Or is that like it has to be back? The spotlight has to be back on me.
What do you mean to use your evasion?
My class action.
What's your class action?
To gain +2 bonus to evasion till the next time attack succeeds against me.
No, I think you could use it at any time. Most things that
anytime.
you could spend hope on, you could do it at any time.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
there's no time restriction on it.
with that hope that I gain, I use that again.
Okay.
That's what I was asking last time.
Yeah.
If you got the spotlight to just reset
Yeah,
that.
no,
and then,
that's why I
Yeah.
needed you to go because I was not getting hope
yeah.
at all.
As he shouts out to the 2 people in front of Hori to... Oh man, what are they called? Simia?
Simia, yeah.
He's going to... Yeah. I think he's going to shout out to kill the little one so that they can help kill the big one.
Sure.
And then he's going to look back at the big one and say, "The converted are closer to you than you know." As 2 attacks go out against Hori. For a 15 to hit.
That hits.
And a 7 to hit.
That one does not.
What? What? Oh my god. For 2 points of physical damage.
Damage is damage.
Damage is always damage.
I will spend an armor slot.
Okay. Understood. As those 2 attacks take place, spotlight is on you guys.
Stab.
Okay. Do it, baby.
That is an 8 with fear.
An 8 with fear. As you attempt to stab him, he is going to attempt to stab you back. For 13.
Miss.
He does not. As he kind of like guards your hand into his body to try and trap it, and then pulls a dagger of his own to try and stab you. Spotlight's still on you guys.
Do you want to go?
Do you have something you want to do?
I can only hit single targets right now, so my attack would be to try to gain hope back and just to kill one of these guys.
I can only hit single targets at all the times, so my hope would be to stab this guy and just keep stabbing.
Okay. I think because you still have your evasion up, I would like to go.
Go for it.
Can I hit the guy who is the most hurt?
Yeah.
Is a 22 with hope.
Yeah. You sure hit him. And hard.
Oh, I hit him really hard. 9.
Okay. These guys do seem to be more evasive, but you are going to do a significant stab, similar to earlier in the fight, incapacitating one of his arms, as he looks absolutely fucked. His one arm is like he no longer has motor control over it. It's limply moving around as he's continuing to try and fight you.
Still on us?
Yeah.
I don't want to hog, but I can blades now. Thank you. I will blades both these fellas.
It's a good time to blades.
That one's great, but with fear. 19, 21 with fear.
Yep.
Oh, fucking good damage. 9 damage.
Okay. As you burst out again, your favorite move. You're going to do another significant amount of damage to the one that was less hurt. The other one falls.
Thank God.
As you have taken him out. As once again, the keeper is going to shout out and rally everybody to kill both of you. As he looks back to Core, and every time he's done this, he's talking to Core, but you can hear it as well. As he shouts out, "They know what lies in the circle below."
Can I say something in response?
Both of you can.
Enough lies, heretic!
He is ignoring that. He's looking into your eyes to see if there is any response.
He gets none.
Fair enough. I'm going to spend 3 hope.
3 hope?
Yep. Or fear. Well, hope for me.
Yeah.
Because I'm your adversary in the system.
Yeah.
As the person in front of you is going to, Hori, the really evasive one, now very wounded, in D&D terms bloodied, is going to attempt an attack against you.
Sure.
For a 19 to hit.
That hits.
For 8 points of physical damage.
I will use an armor slot to take that down to minor damage.
Okay. Understood. As the 2 lackeys behind you, Core, as well as the keeper, attempt to stab you to death. For an 8 to hit, a 2 to hit, and a 9 to hit.
If you add them all together, you might have got me.
Might have gotten you.
Might have got me.
What's the mask line? The Cuban beat. The little where he's just like doing his dance. I don't know. Never mind. Reference didn't work because I didn't remember it as I thought of it.
Hell yeah, dog. Spotlight is on you guys.
Stab.
Sure.
The other guy. There will be no stabbing because that is a 8 with fear.
Okay. I mean, there still may be stabbing as you try to stab into him, and he is going to stab into you.
Not the stabbing that matters.
For a 10 to hit.
You evasive fuck.
You're so evasive. Can't believe a 10 doesn't hit you.
No. It's kind of like I'm just this huge giant that moves.
Only kind of. You make fun of that like that's part of this system. You can be a Goliath rogue in D&D. You could do that in Pathfinder.
I know.
You chose to do something
I'm not
silly.
saying it because of the system. I'm saying because of the race.
Yeah.
But Goliaths are medium creatures.
Yeah, they are.
Giants are large.
Are they in this?
No.
I don't think there's a size class in this.
I don't think there's a side class.
Yeah, but in D&D, giants are large.
I think giants are like huge.
And
no, they might be large.
And they could be between large and huge.
Yeah. This is this world's version of a
And in D&D,
Goliath.
they say, you shouldn't play with large player characters because that just makes things silly.
Yeah. But this is this system's version of Goliath.
Essentially.
Yeah.
They're giants.
I don't think they're like giant storm giants.
No, they're just giant people.
Yeah.
In my mind, you're not like large. You're like the high end of medium, like a Goliath.
I would say like 9 feet tall.
Yeah, to me, you're Shaq.
Yeah. You're certainly Shaq.
Yeah.
I'm thinking like Mabinogi giants, and those guys are big.
Oh, sure. Anyways, you want to go, me?
Yeah, you go.
guys.
Okay.
You get some hope.
Yeah, I'm gonna swing at this guy next to me. That was at the bar.
Mm-hmm. The one that's just wounded you.
Yes. I don't think I hit him. That is 12. 12 with fear.
12 with fear.
Uh-huh.
Guy at the bar. 12 hits.
Oh, good. Oh, fucking Christ. Well, damage is damage, but 4 damage.
4?
Uh-huh.
Okay. As you take him down to near death, he is going to shout out a gurgling scream as that catches your attention. One of the lackeys is going to... You're going to see one of the lackeys attempt to throw a dagger from where he's standing into Hori, seeing that Hori is getting Hori is overwhelming this person. But you catch this happening. How do you react?
Can I stab them?
Sure. Try to stop it by stabbing him?
Yeah.
Yeah. You can try and stop it by stabbing him. There's a reaction roll, so hope and fear doesn't matter.
17 or +1.
Sure. Oh, hit.
Cool.
Give me the damage.
5.
5. As you see this lackey turning around to throw a dagger in the direction of Hori because Hori is overwhelming the other guy. As this happens, you stab deep into the back of this lackey as you hear his lungs puncture and his voice wheeze. You're going to see the other lackey take a step back in fear and leave themselves open as you cleanly remove your knife and take it to the throat of the second one. They're both dead.
And then
That's
as
a
that
great
happens, as that happens, I'll turn to the guy and I'll say, "Watch, separate of serpents, as your flock dies one by one for leading them astray from the path."
He will not look at any of the fallen, and he will look deep in your eyes and say, "Evalune's light will shine in the heartlands." He is devout.
Evalune.
You are having this stare off. He is going to attempt to shank you. Evalune.
Huh?
Evalune.
Oh, Evalune.
Yeah. Though with your conviction, you see it coming. You, with your peripheral, see his hands move and are able to otherwise redirect it
God, your evasion. So nice.
I got a 9.
Yeah, still.
Yeah.
He's been able to avoid a lot of potential damage.
Spotlight is on you guys.
Most of the rolls he's made against me are lower than my base evasion.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Under 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stab.
Okay.
So there's only
2.
the keeper and then the guy at the
Mm-hmm. Indeed.
11 with hope.
It's
You
actually
get the
fear.
hope, but 11 does not succeed, as he is going to attempt to stab you one more time and fail miserably. As you redirect it again, he's going to take that redirect, and he is going to attempt to evade you, as you are going to get another stab in your direction.
Yeah, no worries.
For 16 to hit.
16 hits.
For 6 points of physical damage.
Okay. I will use an armor slot.
Your unlimited armor slots.
I have none left.
As the keeper, Davin, tries to slip past you. But you are able to grab onto him and slam him back against the wall. What do you say as you do this? As he tries to dip past you, you kind of catch him, twist him around, slam him back on the wall. Back where he was. Do you say anything?
Watch as the serpent flees from the true light of the 7.
Love it. Spotlight is on you guys.
Stab.
Yes.
It's a 20 with fear.
Okay. 20 will hit.
6. No, 7.
As you stab into him as he is looking like he is going to say something else to you, in the same ways that his eyes constantly lock onto you as he goes to open his mouth to retort what you had just said. As you stab into his gut, nothing comes out but blood. And whatever false divinity's light is in his eyes, you watch slowly drain from them.
As he tries to say it and I stab him, save it for your false gods.
Yeah, bud. Hori?
Sure. I will try to finish off this guy that's next to me. Oh, crit.
A crit?
Yeah.
That's a hope, a relief of stress, and and then normal damage.
Seven.
How do you do it?
I will probably... Nah, I was gonna... I'll probably just kind of swirl around and just kind of smack the side of his head. And just kind of... I was gonna make it more dramatic and do some sayings and stuff like, but this guy's one of the underlings.
What would we call like a constitution save?
Smack.
Guess strength? What would be a con save in this system?
Con?
Con save, yeah.
Closest would be strength.
Or like a mental, I guess, would be...
Oh, not strength.
You know, give me instinct or knowledge, and I'll tell you why. As you go and clack this person in the head, there is a spray of not only blood, but brain matter, as
I've seen
immediately
so
you
much
see a
brain matter.
flash of that woman back in the alley in your mind?
This is a... If I can do instinct?
Sure.
Then it would be 15, 17 with hope.
17 with hope. Okay.
I know I'm doing Naevor's justice.
Perhaps
It's a
that
little
is what
gruesome.
drives you as you see that flash of brain matter across an alleyway and then kind of shake it off. What you truly see is a heretic fallen before you, as you have indeed slain this group of heretics in this den of heretics.
I will wipe the blood off my mouth and go, a lot of heretics around here, huh?
I'll turn to Hori with like a slight smirk. Very slight. It's probably like the happiest, I guess. You might have seen him outside of being high that one time with the cat.
Mm-hmm.
It is a job well done, Hori. Does Hori have a last name?
Eknu.
Elknu.
Elknu.
Okay. I've been meaning to say your whole name the entire time. It's been a job well done, Hori Elknu. But for now, I'll look around. Does it look, do the windows in the streets outside look empty?
Yeah.
There's still a job yet to be done.
Take the book.
I'll root through the guy's clothing. It was in his pocket.
It was on the table.
It was on the table?
You attacked him. He was writing in it.
Oh, okay, yeah. I'll take it off the table and I'll look around. This is also a tavern, correct?
It is.
And the construction of this building?
Predominantly stone, but there is wooden architecture on the inside.
Okay, that's not good enough.
Do we leave this for the church to sift through it? Or would you like to burn what we can burn?
I believe it would be for the best to destroy whatever we can. Although I would not linger. There may be more.
Let's hurriedly look through what we can. At least, especially him. Rummage through his body. I will start emptying out some alcohol.
Does he have anything on him aside from that artifact?
As the artifact, he has money on his person. Some mixed again, but nothing else of importance.
Is it all the same, like the one kind of foreign, and then the?
It's mixed.
Okay.
Mixed.
I mean,
various foreign coins.
Various foreign coins.
Okay.
I'll take those.
Okay.
And then the artifact. Is there does he have a bag of some sort on him?
Not on him, no.
I'll tear the hood off his cloak and put the artifact in there.
Okay.
And I'll take that with me. How many rooms does this tavern have?
I'll say 3 upstairs. Not many.
And there's been no sounds rummaging from upstairs?
Quiet.
I'll go up the stairs, and if the rooms are open, I'll take a look inside.
I think they would be locked.
Okay. Oh. Yeah, Naevor do what Naevor do. If anyone's inside. Probably evil. That's it. I'm gonna look through the book real quick, and I'm gonna sort through it real fast for any sites of the names, such as Jorg, and then any tallow.
Sure. Give me... Give me a knowledge check. As you're looking through, you will see Jorg's name indicated that he was taken care of. But there is no indication of what has happened to him. You will see pages that do look like the tallow with the listing of the tallow's members, known members, what they do, as well as notes that they are beneficial to the cause, though they still follow false gods, demon gods.
It was a
Demons,
16.
You know what? I'll give you even this. The tallow are good people, but they are still subject to the culture, to the undying culture of the Heartlands and the demons of the circles below.
Okay. I got a 16 with fear.
16 with fear. Okay. As you look through, you will find other pages that do contain not direct words, but you are able to deduce that they do have the tallow in them, though they also have other people, sympathizers, potentially names of other heretics on the same page.
The way these names are listed out, do they have like, is it just like a list of names, or is it like a name, the description, what
These
they can
are
do?
Almost like scribbled notes. So like there's like a couple of pages that are dedicated to the tallow, but now you're finding implication of tallow and specific tallow members mixed in with notes of other people. Like, as an example, like a sympathizer turned us on to this tallow member by this name at this location, naming the sympathizer, but also naming the tallow member. And then also like the names of some of this group, which by the way you would be able to deduce as the Hollowed. The Hollowed members seeking out and identifying some of the tallow outside of the context of their relationship with the tallow. So you're getting a whole section dedicated to tallow, exclusive to the tallow.
Mm-hmm.
But then there's also buried within notes things that are kind of mixed. On the same page, you'll get named heretics, named Hollowed, I should say, named sympathizers mixed in with named tallow members.
And that when they refer to the tallow in the mixed pages, is it like...
It's implied, it's not explicit.
But how is it done? Is it like, oh, these are... this person met this tallow member?
Well, more like describing like people from the group that operates within the city, that helps the people, that smuggles targets of the church, blah, blah, blah. It's all implication, but you are able to deduce it.
Mm-hmm. Would this be something that I think that I should remove from this book as per what Merit said?
If you were to keep true to your word, yes. The section about the tallow, easy.
Easy, yeah.
The mixed ones means that you would be hiding things from the church inadvertently.
Mm-hmm.
And the church would be able to, like you can, deduce.
Are you upstairs while you're thumbing through this, or are you downstairs?
I probably thumb through it as I go upstairs, check a door, continue on, check a door.
Sure.
And make my way back down.
In these living quarters, they look like they've been lived in for a while. Less of an inn, more of an apartment. Groups of people live in here, clearly coming in and out. There's not like a dedicated, this is the bed of the leader type deal. But mostly you're finding traveler's clothes, more pops, religious sigils, but not of your religion. But other than that, you're no more documentation.
As you come down the stairs, I'll be kind of finishing up, pouring the strongest alcohols I could smell onto whatever is wood.
Sure. You'll be able to burn the inside of this place pretty significantly. You're just not going to burn the building down.
Are you still like thumbing through it as you're making your way down?
Yeah, I'll rip out the main tallow pages.
Let's look through that in more detail later. Let's catch this on fire and let's head out.
Indeed. I'll rip out those main tallow pages and toss them where the fire will start.
Yeah.
Okay.
as we kind of make our way exiting,
Sure.
light it on fire.
Okay. You exit. You Thanos snap it out as it bursts into flames. Eventually, those flames reach the upstairs. Eventually, the upstairs reaches the window seals as this building burns from the inside out. People around, as the rain has already stopped, and it wasn't too late, there are some people that have taken back to the streets that just see two people exit out of a building.
Well, I imagine we go the back way.
Oh, you can go out the back.
Yeah.
Sure. You hear people panicking and murmuring on the streets about the building being on fire.
Yeah.
Doesn't sound like anybody's going to go in to help, though.
Let's find a safe place. Let's go.
Yep. I'll follow Hori.
Do we find some kind of secluded area that we could kind of tuck away into?
Yeah. Easy enough.
All right. Did you see anything interesting in there?
Plenty of names. Many names.
The book is riddled. You asked me a lot about the tallow. I will tell you as you're thumbing through it, there are a lot of named people and places that harbor named Hollowed. There are also plenty of people that are known sympathizers, as well as people that are marked as targets, but the implication is targets of conversion. But it is extensive. These people are deep within your city. This is like, in fact, I would say maybe even mark a stress as you just get the idea of the days, weeks to come of the sheer number of heretics within the city and sympathizers. This is an extensive keeping of notes of the actions of the Hollowed in this place.
And in all those, of course, the tallow are weaved into those pages as well, right?
Not all of them, but a couple of them.
How many of them?
3.
3 pages?
3 pages.
And how many names are non-tallow?
Non-tallow, I'll say amongst the 3 pages, 6 names, 3 locations.
Do you tell me any of this?
Yeah. I'll tell you as much as was described to me.
If anything, I have my own set of notes and names given to me by this keeper. I can write those names that are on those pages on my notes and we turn them in.
Give me a knowledge check,
Oh, sure.
Ori, as you say that.
As he does mention that, have I noticed any names or locations of that village that the keeper described to us?
No, you want to spend a hope and help him?
Do I even have a hope? Sure.
Sure.
Okay.
We are all tired in terms of resources. I have 1 fear on the table. You guys are out of hope.
It went from an 11 to a 17.
Sure. As you think back on him telling you that, he didn't name a village. He gave you directions to a village. He didn't name a bar. Perhaps he was being suspicious of you. And immediately after you winning him over, as he started to act a little bit more open and friendly with you guys, he tried to change it to you guys communicating with him in the city. The named person that you would meet in the village is Jorg.
Of course, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All of a sudden it starts smelling like bullshit. That whole village thing is probably not real, and you find none of it in the notebook.
Yeah, the entire time he obviously was shit testing us.
Of course.
I was pretty suspicious of you guys in the middle of the conversation. I liked you in the beginning, then I was very suspicious of you with the whole frontier thing, and I'll tell you why later. And then you won me back over.
Yeah. For me, it's regardless of all that, I was given a bunch of information that I wrote down.
Yeah.
Could not be useful at all.
Yeah.
But I have my notes, and I can write those names down, and we could say that there were names given by this man.
Would Hori be as familiar with the Tallow names as I?
Yeah, you guys were both in it.
Right. Yeah. Be sure to leave out the Tallow.
Yes, that was my intention. Let me see.
And burn the pages when you're done.
I will do that. As I finish writing off the names that are non-Tallow, kind of in my own set of notes, that I will include into the package we give to the church. Part of my own curiosity is I would like to thumb through the notebook really quick. Are there any named members of the church?
Oh. Yes, but not in the inquisitorial order, more so in the general clergy. Not many. Really not many.
I will mark down those names to make sure that Ashlow knows about these people.
Well, I think you're marking down the ones that are getting torn out so that he can give the book to...
On a separate note,
Sure.
I'm keeping those names in my
your
head.
mind. Yeah.
So that when we talk to Ashlow, to be like, hey, we need to stamp out heresy in our church.
Yeah.
And Naevor has granted us light into these names.
Sure.
Seems some of our church members have fallen.
Fallen or our targets?
Fallen, correct?
I'll say 2 fallen, 1 target.
Yeah. 1 target, 2 fallen.
This is grave news.
It is. Naevor has blessed me and us in our little venture.
Who are the fallen?
Here are the names.
Those are the correct names, yeah.
Okay. Do we know of them? Or do we have any
Sure.
description? What did it look like?
I'll say you'll know of one of them at least.
All right.
His
They
summer
are clergymen not in your order.
His summer camp when I was a child orphan was fun, but
Just a weird drop for background lore. Child orphan went to summer camp. Gotcha. Put that in my notes.
Church summer camp and child orphans?
yeah, you know. Heresy.
So what are you guys doing?
I have those notes prepared, have those ready. I will insert those into the book just to keep it as a tight package.
Sure.
Give that back to you, the notebook. Well, we've done our part for the Tallow.
Indeed.
Do we let Ashlow know that they helped us? Not to the extent that we helped them, but to the extent that they helped us. They fed us clues.
Now, the Tallow aren't necessarily enemies of the church in the church's eyes, are they?
In the church's eyes, they are criminals.
In the church's eyes, they are criminals.
Yes. In their own eyes, as they claim, and you know it to be true, you've infiltrated them.
Oh,
They
I
are
don't-
followers of the god.
Yeah, I don't care too much about that.
Yeah.
Just more like, what's the church's opinion of the Tallow?
Yeah, probably wants them rooted out. They are a group that like keeps popping up, gets rooted out, pops up, gets rooted out.
Mm-hmm.
There is commonly people impoverished that otherwise more sympathetic folk would be devoted to help, even though the reasons go against the laws of the city.
I do not think it wise at this point in time. They could be a useful source of information in the future, especially when dealing with these individuals.
Very well.
Maybe down the road, if they prove to be more upfront with their help in our endeavors against these heretics, maybe then it might be best to try and grease those wheels.
All right. Well, at least you know there are proper followers.
Indeed.
Well, let's go talk to Ashlow. Let him know.
As you walk through the glowing, colorful streets of the low blocks into the quiet marketplace of the Lamplight District, back up eventually into the Canal District, towards your chapel. That is where we will take a break. Welcome back from our break as we continue our story. As Hori and Kor, both of you, walk through the streets in the early parts of the night, eventually making it to your chapel that you work out of under the high priest of your branch of the Inquisitorial Order, where you typically find your handler, your deacon, Ashlow. As you make your way in, he is in the main room. There are candles lit for prayers to the gods that you know and follow, the common gods. You will see him in the midst of walking through the room as he will stop and look over at you both. Kind of raise an eyebrow in your direction.
I'm a little bloodied and battered.
Yeah, you look fucked up.
Yeah, we both seen battle.
Mm-hmm.
Where are you at?
Mostly my armor.
Okay.
I assume you approach.
Mm-hmm.
You both look a little worse for wear. Once again, more so you, Hori.
Yes, I put myself rather front of line.
You look like you've been through quite the ordeal. I heard that there was commotion during the late afternoon in the Lamplight District. I assumed as much that it would be either both of you or Jorg.
I will look around. There's like no
It doesn't matter. You could talk.
petitioners. Jorg, I believe, is no more.
Do we have a location? Disposal?
I don't think the keeper that we dealt with, he is a keeper of notes for this group, for these heretics. Kor?
We recovered his notes, though it said that Jorg was merely taken care of. There is no indication as to where or when. And I will produce the book.
Well, that is a shame. Jorg was a good vigil for the church, but he died keeping Naevor's orders, so...
And he did give us a trail to follow. Without his work, we wouldn't have found what we have found.
And this keeper?
He is dead.
And his notes?
I produced the book.
In our conversation, I was able to to record more names. I have written those in pages and I've put them in the back of the book.
Good work. Follow me, as he will take you back to that same room, acting as his office, home, prayer room, as he beckons you both to enter in and sit down across his desk. He hasn't taken the notebook yet, as he will sit down. Well, it seems you have both been through quite the ordeal, but enacted Naevor's swift justice. Praise his name. The group that you accosted, you said there was a keeper. Were there others?
We dealt with the whole den. There were
8 in total.
18?
8.
8, okay. I was like, what?
8 in total.
Where did that come from? I never activated that feature.
Ashlow, we're so badass. We dealt with 18 of these guys.
And was this the entirety of their group? Are they eradicated?
Based on their notes, this is very deep. What's the name of our Inquisitor? Savor?
Solvar, Solvane?
Solvar.
I have it here.
Yeah, Solvar.
Yes, Solvar.
There are also names that Solvar should know.
Oh?
2 in this book from the church. 1 was being eyed.
Eyed?
As a target for conversion.
I see. What does a target of conversion mean? Or were you able to deduce that?
They meant to convert them into their heresy. To turn their faith against the gods.
Is there a reason they are targeted, to your knowledge?
I don't know. I don't know if the book described it in much detail.
Well, if it is innocuous, then perhaps a reconditioning would be advised. If it is worse so, they have shown indications of turning their backs on the gods. Perhaps they should be as forgotten as Ilir.
Yes, the 2 that have fallen should.
Certainly the 2 that are fallen. You have the book of this keeper.
Indeed.
May I?
I'll hand it to him.
He takes it. And is there anything else that I should know about?
If the information he gave us is reliable, there is a network of people they employ to move about the city. Some using the ferrymen, some bringing in cargo through the city. I don't know how many names are named in that book in terms of those people, but they seem to be pretty well entrenched into the city.
Well, best get comfortable. I'm going to peruse these notes before we continue our conversation. Unless there's anything else I need to know before reading. Hori, would you be a good brother and get me a candle, please, to read by? He'll point over to the candles.
Sure.
Some of them are on sconces. You could bring them over. As
I'll
he will place it onto the table and open up the notebook. And he is going to, with you watching and waiting, hopefully patiently, read through each and every page of this document. He will pause on torn out pages, but continue on. This is deeply troubling as he eventually closes the book. The numbers of these heretics in our city are staggering. We seem to have been infested with the ideals of false gods and demons. I'm afraid, boys, that your job here is not done, but you can rest for a few days. There are others that can be brought in, as I imagine the city needs to go through a cleansing of sorts. But you have done well. These torn out pages, were you able to find them amongst the heretics? This, I'll look down at the book, hallowed, they call themselves.
No.
We found no such thing. However, the other job that you have tasked me with, I believe we also solved in this time. And I will take the torn out hood that I took from the guy with the artifact in it. The artifact.
Indeed. So he will open it up and take it, carefully not touching it, as he is going to inspect it for a long time as it spins in front of his eyes.
This is radiating with that false divinity, correct?
No, it is currently not.
Oh,
sorry. Yes, in terms of your arcane sense, yes.
Yeah.
But there's no divine light shining off of it at the moment. I believe this is a sigil for one of the names attached. The Illuminated, he says with disdain. There are 14 names within these notes. I would have you boys, as good vigils of the church, forget that you have heard them or read them. These names are of no consequence to you, though those would invoke them should be stamped out. But I would not let them pass through your tongue or keep them in your mind, as to yourselves not be corrupted by these names.
You're talking about the names of the gods, right? Not the... All right. If you're telling me to not... To forget names of people in the book, I'm like, I'm going to go kill those people. Like, in my head already, like, those church members, if they're not dead within a week, I think my character might go kill them.
As he looks upon this item, he's going to put it back into the hood and leave it on his desk. Hori, I'm sorry to trouble you once more, but do you see that bell? Could you ring it for me, please?
Sure.
I assume you do?
Yeah.
Sure. You go over and ring the bell. I will tell you that those names you are to forget are indeed attached directly to this artifact that you are seeking, Kor. As we understood it to be within the city, but not this embedded into a group that has infested our streets and our businesses, our people, and apparently our church. Again, he says with disdain.
Mm-hmm.
Was this used in your presence?
It was.
And what did you feel?
I felt nothing.
You did mark a stress. Just so you're both aware, but you can say whatever you want.
I attribute the stress in my mind to seeing them being healed more than the thing caused it.
Okay.
At least that's what I assumed as a player. But
sure, you could say you felt nothing. It's fine.
How do I put this in core terms? Disdain. Disdain in the face of their blasphemers' reach.
Good. It is not bad that you felt nothing, but it is good that you felt ill intent from this artifact. It contains that same false divinity as those tin pups that you have brought me. And I would worry for your souls if you felt its false light. But you are both devoted vigils of Naevor and our gods. This is good news. You will hear footsteps. They are deep. They are loud as they come down the hall and eventually open up the door. As you see a heavily armored individual bearing the armor of the Inquisitors, standing about half a foot taller than Kor, as is not necessarily the first time that you have seen Solvar, but indeed is the first time that you've been this close within his presence, as he steps into the room with the weight of his armor heavier than most people would be capable of bearing. There's an immediate presence within the room. Not false, but true divinity to you, Hori, as your arcane sense activates. You can feel it as well, though, Kor, as it bleeds from him. This divine aura, this pure energy of Naevor as one of Naevor's chosen 12. As he steps through the room and closer to you, and you feel that arcane divinity coming from him. Above table, I need to ask either or both of you. Have you swayed at all in your devotion?
None at all.
No.
You both gain a hope, just for being in the presence of someone so divinely chosen.
I was going to ask, is there a manner that, like, of behavior, like would a slight bow, kind of like head down towards him, be uncouth, or is that like...
None that you know of, though most people stand in awe naturally, as you just gained hope for no reason, just being within his presence.
Mm-hmm.
With his booming steps, the armor must weigh a fucking ton. As he walks through this room with ease, you can bow if you want to. It wouldn't be uncouth to do.
A slight kind of bend, kind of like head down a little bit.
Okay. As he steps forward to the desk, not yet gesturing to either of you, you will see hope raise in Ashwell, but also you will see him kind of stutter a little bit when speaking to this Inquisitor, as he says, Solvar, I have 2 names for you. An immediate task. Immediate eradication. There is no time for them to hang. They must die immediately. And he will give the 2 names, as well as descriptions. One that you had not heard before, one I said knew of, as he gives the name and describes the 2 clergymen that have already been turned, as he will nod. Also, these 2 vigils were able to find that artifact, as he will open up the hood, as Solvar will reach down and grab it. Not by the chain, but by the actual artifact itself. He will inspect it, and then he will, for the first time, look to both of you. You have done good. Naevor smiles upon you. Both. You can gain another hope. He keeps it in his hands, and he walks out of the room, each step booming as he leaves, closes the door, and departs. Ashlo shudders a little bit. I am very glad that the Inquisitors are on our side. Those 2 will be dead by morning. Get some rest. Take a few days. But there are, as he kind of taps on the book, many tasks to be had. As he gives you both a nod. Unless you want to say something else, you can depart.
A little head nod. I will begin to make my way out.
You make your way out of this room, and then the chapel in general. As you step back out onto the streets, once again, the rain has picked up a little bit. It's sprinkling. As the two of you have completed your task, including the auxiliary task of your artifact, and you have been told to take some time to rest, to restore yourselves as heresy has infested this city. You have a long list of tasks ahead of you. Is there anything you would say before you depart from each other?
Are we the baddies?
Well, Core, it's always fun.
Indeed. What was Hori's last name again?
Elknew.
Elknew. I can't remember the Elknew.
Because it's not a name. It is Uncle Iroh backwards.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I figured that much.
Yeah.
Hori Elknew. That was some of the best work we have done yet. Hopefully. There'll be many more to come. Do you wish to join me while we visit Bram in a few days?
Mm-hmm.
Actually, yes. It does sound... This time I won't make the image of... What was his name?
Jokul.
Yeah.
Drokul.
Yeah, Drokul. I won't invoke the image of Drokul.
Sorry, Drokul, yeah.
I do not think it will be necessary. This is merely a checkup.
We should. If the ferryman was anything to go by. I would also like to see how many fall from the tallow and their dealings. But that would be just walking upon the streets.
Indeed. I should attempt to send a message to Merritt to tell him the job has been done.
That would be good.
But for now, I do believe we each need to rest.
Yes, I'm a little banged up. But Naevor has guided me perfectly well, as he always does.
As he shall.
Oh, my bed is calling to me.
As you guys can part ways, eventually returning to your little flats.
Oh, before we leave, Shawarma?
I know a place. Returning to your flats, knowing that you have otherwise kept Naevor's order and that Naevor's justice will come soon and swiftly to the heretics deeply embedded in your city. You rest well. A long night's sleep that feels like forever. In the morning, you would be woken by church bells, as they would draw you to the city. Contacts that you have within the Inquisitorial Order would pass on to you that in the morning, at dawn, 5 bodies fell in the city. Each of them an arrow to the head in the streets. One of them a slit throat. Some of them found with nothing on them. Some of them found with those tin pops on them. 2 of those tin pops were given to the captain of the Lamplight District. You don't necessarily need to indicate this to anybody, but you know the tallow went to work at dawn as they said they would.
I guess the fire is a pretty good sign that we did our business.
Yeah, but they don't know whether or not we actually took the pages.
As you are drawn to the center of town, around the great chapel, around the cathedral of Naevor, as you will see a gathering. It is massive. As you will see a line of people ready to head to the gallows. There's at least 15 of them. One of them is the last named target of the clergy. Not a heretic, but a target. You don't necessarily know why. But that is only the tip of the iceberg as you watch these heretics, sympathizers, and some potential targets hang this morning. That is not uncommonplace in the weeks and months to come, as you have lists of names and faces and locations of heretics and sympathizers, as will be your tasks in the next weeks and months. Some are easy to find, some you need to investigate to find, some you have to go back undercover to find. None of them will be found within the Tallow, as there is months of daily hangings, deep investigation, and the eradication of heresy within Naevor, before eventually that list will run dry. And on the day that you are told the task is done, you sleep even better. And that is the end of our Unrest in Naevor campaign.
Just a quick note.
Mm-hmm.
Was Bram a good boy?
Bram was a very good boy.
Okay.
Bram is one of Kor's best informants from this day forward. Not only does he have the sigil hanging from his fairy, the sigil of Arkel, but he also holds with around his neck the sigil of Ulthar, marking him as a servant.
What about the Tim Pop Maker?
The Tim Pop Maker ends up on the list as a sympathizer and at the end of a rope. Though you don't know if he ever does any future activities. Well, you would probably want to hand check on that one.
Yeah.
I would assume. So that one
I believe we talked to Ashwell about him the first time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Nope, he ends up at the end of a rope.
Yeah, well,
He's a sympathizer.
are we the baddies?
He's a sympathizer. These are heretics. They believe in demons and follow false divinity. But also, yeah, probably you're the baddies.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah. I think we're the bad guys.
But you sleep well, knowing that you did a good job being the baddies.
Yeah.
At the end of our Unrest for Naevor campaign.
Nice.
Nice. Alrighty. Congratulations and kill the fucking music. Bloop. That is the end of our mini campaign for the first section of a greater campaign that I have written to test out Daggerheart throughout, the many levels of Daggerheart. The plan would be to skip through some levels. So the next one I believe is set at level 4.
Yeah, whatever.
Where
the tier
you guys
system,
would, you guys would level up pretty significantly, but we would do that at the beginning of the next quest.
As generally is our plan for most system exploration in terms of being able to do multiple, exploring the different, major
Yeah, but I'm
levels.
an idiot, and I wrote all 4 campaigns that I intend to wrote all at once.
Yeah, I don't know why you did that to yourself.
I also learned the system, and then did the session 0 with you guys like an idiot, and decided to write the story after the session 0 because I wanted to do that world building thing, which meant I had to write this part 1 mini campaign within a week, and then I'm an idiot and I wrote the whole campaign within a week.
Yeah, that seems like you did a lot of bad things to yourself.
I didn't sleep well.
Well, this is the guy who wrote that one mini campaign and then turned into like a year-long campaign.
And then never ran it. I've never ran that.
I remember that. Like, oh yeah, I got an idea of doing this really quick thing I can give my players.
3 to 4 sessions a week later. All right, 6 to 12 sessions a week later. It's just a campaign.
You have a problem.
I do have a problem. I hope you guys enjoyed the story.
Oh, it was fun.
Of the Unrest in Naevor.
Yeah, TTD is going to be long on this one.
The story. I hope you guys enjoyed the story.
The story's great.
Unrest in Naevor.
The story is awesome. If you want to, we could get the TTD of the story out of the way here.
No. We'll do. It'll be a long TTD, and we'll do the story there as well. But I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys enjoyed a little bit of like a flip of operating with impunity and
sure, yeah,
like investigation, but also like having like concealed authority and things like that. I also enjoyed. I think this is the first. I usually in my campaigns leave gods because I do my own lore. And I have players asking me about the lore of gods, and I can give them a little bit, but mostly I'm like, hey, make your own god. Have fun.
Sure.
Like,
yeah.
I don't mind introducing your god and your lore that you choose, whether it's official, third party, or homebrew. That's usually how I handled it. I think I wrote 18 gods for this one, something like that. And like genuinely tried to incorporate it in day-to-day life, which you guys latched onto with the sigil of Arkel being missing from the ferryman's boat.
Yeah.
I thought it was very fun being able to actually fully embed religion into this campaign.
No, I mean this story felt like a lot of the the Templar movies that you'd see,
cool.
It felt like that and felt very Warhammer-y a little bit. Like there was a lot of the Horus Heresy and a lot of the it was a fun story. It's a fun story to tell in terms of
my favorite part about all of those references is I don't know any of them.
Yeah,
I love whenever I write something and they're like, oh, like Baldur's Gate, and I'm like, I don't know, never played it.
I mean, Solvar in and of itself, he feels like a fucking.
They're more inspired by Spartans. So the lore is that they're taken or volunteered as kids.
Sure.
And then they go and train in an intensive program. Most of them above table. Most of them die.
I imagine so.
Yeah. And these 12 came out of that program.
Yeah, it just Solvar felt the most ultramarine-y fucking Yeah, I was like, oh yeah, this is Warhammer.
Yeah. He's fucked up. He walked into the room and you guys gained hope.
Twice.
Yeah. Twice. Yeah. Forced to be reckoned with.
Yeah.
Also the deacon, which is a person in charge within the church. Pretty low ranking realistically in terms of management. But even he was kind of shuddered after the Inquisitor left of thank God they're on that side.
Yeah, it was fun. It's a fun story.
Hope you guys enjoyed it. All right. Well, we will catch everybody for Take the Damage podcast cool down of our system exploration of Daggerheart next week. See you then.
Sounds good.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Love you.
Bye.